So, how do the cycles of the earth and the constellations and the seasons relate to you and the birth chart? Well, as I said over here when I was talking about Aries, when you were born during a very specific time and season on the earth. At the exact time you were born, there was a certain constellation rising on the eastern horizon line. And the energy from that portion of the sky was shining on you as you took your very first breath. That is what we call your rising sign. And we can help you to understand or help you to remember that is going to characterize a little bit of what your soul's identity is like in this lifetime, and what kind of lessons your soul is wanting to learn in this lifetime. What is it like to be a Pisces rising? What is it like to have the energy of Taurus energy or cardinal earth energy? And at that time also, all of the planets were at some configuration during the time you were born. The way I like to think of it, if each one of these 12 sections is a set on a stage, if this entire thing is a stage of your life, and each 12 segments is a different set, the constellations would be like lights shining on that set. And so the opening scene of your play would be your identity. And if you have maybe Virgo rising, Virgo lights are shining on stage 1. And the planets that show up in that first house are going to be the characters or the actors for that stage. So let's say you have Neptune in the first house. You're going to have this character that has the qualities of Neptune walking in on the identity of the soul. And so it's going to give you a very specific flavor for how your soul identifies itself. Onward through the different sets, we can name the sets what you value, how you think, onward, right? You're going to have different characters in each of these sets, in each of these stages of your life, and different lighting. So Mars is the masculine principal character, and sometimes he's going to show up when the lighting is maybe a feminine lighting. So how does that Mars character behave in feminine light in maybe your creativity house? So it kind of creates a really interesting dynamic for the person, a very unique personality. And so when I do a natal chart reading, I talk about what kinds of lights are shining on each of these important stages of your life and how those characters may show up and behave in those segments of your life. And it can be mind-blowing to discover that the way that you are naturally is exactly the way that you are. And the way that your mom is exactly the way that her characters are behaving. It's just a cast and crew of characters playing out a play. And basing, whatever occurs in that person's life, they're going to have this whole crew of people having different responses to the experiences of a life. And the acceptance you can gather from understanding the unique combination of characters and locations and lighting can really, really free you from a lot of self-judgment, a lot of judgment from others, and it can help you understand how to be in flow with the cycles of the current climate even.